Introduction. Seifel's story. Seifel glances at the clock on his desk. 1:32 a.m. Great, he thinks as he leans back in his office chair, running his fingers through his hair. Another late night of editing. I can't keep doing this every night. The soft glow of his computer screen lights his face in an otherwise dark room. He's been sitting there for hours, meticulously tweaking his next YouTube video. Blinking his eyes a few times, he tries to convince himself that staying awake this late will be worth it when the video is published. Man, what should I call this video? A few titles have circulated in his head, but he never seems to pick the right one. Inspired by other education channels like CGP Grey, Veritasium, and Minute Physics, he tries to emulate what he sees, but for some reason it seems to work a lot better for them than it does for him. Why people sneeze? Nah, no one will click on that title. How about, how the nose cleans itself? No, that's lame, too. If he were honest with himself, it's actually becoming more and more difficult to put the long hours into creating these videos, not because he doesn't enjoy it but because 13 hours of working on a single video equated to around 34 views on a channel of 284 subscribers. And that's after consistently posting every week for an entire year. He certainly earns an A+ in effort, but what's missing? Given the success of other similar YouTube channels, he felt his channel would have earned tens of thousands of subscribers. %2 by now. If viewers enjoy Vsauce and SciShow, they would certainly like his videos, too, except apparently they don't. Seifel blinked a few more times, this time to refocus his thoughts. He'll return to them later because right now he has a video to finish editing. After all, maybe this video would be different, right? Maybe, but probably not. Your story. Does Seifel's story sound a bit like your story? It's unfortunately fairly common. As a YouTube certified consultant, I work with a lot of creators like Mike. Many of them approach YouTube the same way he does. A successful channel needs little more than persistence, amazing content, and a stroke of luck. They think a successful video just needs a couple visual effects, witty humor, several good-looking people and bam, it's a goldmine of subscribers, right? Depending on your target audience and the goal of your content, those elements can sometimes help, but they certainly aren't required for every audience. I'm sure we could all name successful YouTube channels that don't contain any of those things. So why do some channels seem to be a magnet for views and subscribers while others remain stagnant? If it's not based on hilarious, mind-blowing videos, then what is it? Here's a secret: what every creator really needs are a couple intentional, well-focused strategies to surround their YouTube efforts. Videos without a cohesive strategy is like assembling a puzzle of blank puzzle pieces. It's possible to do, but it's very difficult and, in the end, what's the point? What are the necessary strategies for a highly subscribable YouTube channel? A channel strategy, how your YouTube channel presents itself to a viewer. A search and discovery strategy, how viewers find out about your channel. %3 An audience development strategy, how you intend to capture a viewer's interest and turn them into an integral part of your channel's community. A video strategy, how you plan to execute the aforementioned strategies with your content. Think of it this way: your channel strategy is how you set up your restaurant before opening for business. You know it's important to make a good impression, so you arrange the tables nicely, make sure all the dishes are clean, fix the bathrooms, and install a few speakers to play music in the background. Once the restaurant is in order, it's time to open for business. Your search and discovery strategy is how guests will find out about your restaurant in the first place. Thankfully, you put a lot of work into this part because you know that just having a restaurant doesn't mean people will come. They have to not only know about it, but also be enticed to come check it out. You did a great job with the enticing part because the guests arrive. Now what? Well, you need an audience development strategy to ensure that they stick around, enjoy each other, and especially enjoy your restaurant. So you serve delicious food that only enhances your restaurant's amazing experience. Before you know it, you have a few regulars who return every week for more. They start telling their friends and, by the end of your first year, you've experienced growth month over month for 12 months straight. Congratulations! Your strategies have built a successful restaurant. This is how we're going to treat your YouTube channel over the next month or so. The restaurant is your channel and the food is your videos. A nice-looking restaurant means nothing if the food is bad, and delicious food doesn't see nearly as many people if the experience is poor. Just like a chef mostly thinks about the food he prepares, most video creators think a lot about their videos and end up missing the other important elements of channel design. %4 and audience development. We often think that our videos should perform based on their own merit, but most of us have probably discovered that that's not entirely true. Remember, most viewers aren't as emotionally connected to our videos as we are. We pour our heart and soul into our content. We continually massage and craft our videos through hours of shooting and editing. We lay in bed at night and dream of ideas for future videos. We play them out in our minds and see the big picture of every video from beginning to end. Our viewers don't. In fact, the very first time they've even thought of our video is a few seconds before they clicked play. Their investment in our videos is extremely low, especially if they are a first-time viewer. So how can we make it easy for those uninvested, first-time viewers to be drawn into our channels and become engaged subscribers? That is the big question that this book will help you address. We'll focus mostly on the first two strategies, channel strategy and audience development strategy, with a hat tip to video strategy in a few places. Fortunately, we, chefs, already understand video strategy more than we think. A lot of it comes naturally when the channel strategy and audience development strategy are in place. A new story over the next 30 days. We'll work through some very practical, step-by-step ideas that will help you craft a channel strategy and an audience development strategy. While I've broken this out into 30 days, I want to make it clear that there's nothing that says these tasks must be executed within 30 days. Please, feel free to work through each of these tasks at your own pace. Depending on your level of YouTube expertise, you may have already implemented some of these tasks into your channel. Other tasks may only take you a few minutes and others may take you a week or so to successfully implement. What's important here is not the amount of time it takes to complete the workbook, but the momentum you build throughout the process. Each day is divided into 3 sections. %5 A teaching, instruction on both the why and the how of the task of the day. A task, something to do that will lead to a more subscribable YouTube channel. Resources, links and stories that help you dive deeper into any task. The goal here is not necessarily to create a channel that instantly starts increasing its viewership, although that may happen. Instead, it's geared to position your channel in a way that gains organic viewership and subscribers who actually care about your channel's content. More often than not, that happens very slowly at the beginning, but can grow exponentially over time as the power of numbers begin to kick in. You'd be surprised how valuable each subscriber can be to your channel. Getting a random viewer on YouTube is fine, but a subscriber is electing to be notified of new videos you upload to your channel. That means they are worth many, many more ongoing views for your future videos. They're driving more watch time to your videos, which helps the videos rank better in search results, which leads to further exposure to new viewers, and more opportunities to convert new viewers into subscribers. You can see how the cycle of growing your subscribership can exponentially build your channel's reach over time, but first you need a channel that is highly subscribable. A bigger story through these 30 days. I trust that your channel will become stickier for viewers, but not just for the sake of getting more viewers. Always remember what view counts actually represent: real, live people whose lives you have an opportunity to influence. This isn't just about building your channel's subscriber count, this is ultimately about an opportunity to regularly stand on a stage and share a message that has the potential to change lives. I love bumping into creators on YouTube who get this, either intentionally or intuitively. Sometimes it's the high school kid who is simply sharing his latest first-person shooter gaming experience while discussing his struggle of being bullied at school. By thinking %6 out loud about his situation, he's actually giving hope to a lot of other students who are experiencing something similar. Or it's the mom of 6 kids who simply makes a video giving advice for how to help a baby to sleep through the night. Without realizing it, her video will bring peace to the homes of countless struggling new mothers. Perhaps one of my favorite examples is a YouTube creator who dropped out of college due to issues with depression, anxiety, and drugs. Although talking about those things with transparency and vulnerability feels risky and scary, his story is positively influencing the trajectory thousands of other college students. The community of subscribers who surround his channel are making better decisions and choices because of it. Just last year a newlywed wrote me and my wife after seeing one of our family vlogs and said, my paraphrase, I got married 2 months ago and my husband and I are already struggling. I saw your video of you and your wife talking about how you're learning to love each other better. I showed that video to my husband, we talked about it, and now we have hope for our marriage again. Thank you. Another girl told us, I've been watching your videos for a while now and noticed that I've raised my standard of who I'll date because of your videos. I don't know what her standard was before, but up is usually a good direction. What bigger story are you telling through your videos? What difference are you making? It doesn't matter who you are or what type of content you create, on YouTube you have the tremendous privilege and opportunity to spread a message that changes the lives of your subscribers. That's why I wrote this workbook for you. Not just so you get more views and subscribers, but to help you change more lives. That's what this is all about. %7 Channel Strategy. When you stumble upon a YouTube video that intrigues you to learn more about its creator and their other videos, what's the first thing you usually do? Probably what most viewers do, go to their channel and start browsing, right? You have questions like, who is this person? Are there other videos similar to the one I just watched? Is this a channel worth following? It turns out that you're not alone with this type of behavior. Through my informal conversations with many creators, subscribers, and fans, they often have a similar reaction. There are some viewers who click the subscribe button pretty liberally, but those viewers usually don't turn into engaged subscribers. It's the viewers who go to your channel and make an investment by spending some time on a couple other videos before subscribing, those are the subscribers who become loyal and valuable fans. So it makes sense that you should design your channels specifically for this audience of people, non-subscribed viewers who have probably never heard of you and are checking out your channel for the first time. Existing subscribers don't visit your channel that often, and why should they? There's little motivation drawing them to your channel page like there is for non-subscribed viewers. Thus, this first section looks at how your YouTube channel presents itself to non-subscribed viewers and how it either increases or decreases the likeliness of converting those viewers into engaged subscribers. That means evaluating everything from the channel header image, the channel trailer, the sections and playlists beneath the trailer, thumbnails, titles, and more. %8 Channel Branding. Day 1, Target Audience Teaching. Any good channel strategy must start with a clearly defined target audience. These are the people you are trying to reach with your videos. You probably have an idea of who they are based on the videos you're already making, but the key here is to make them clearly defined. For example, being a gamer on YouTube with the understanding that other gamers will like your videos is nice, but it's way too broad. What kind of gamers are you targeting? What are they looking for online that other gaming enthusiasts aren't looking for? In a few days we'll start talking about how your channel addresses its target audience in such a way that when a member of that group visits your channel and watches a few videos they think, yes, this place is for me. But to do that well, it's critical that you first have a clear picture of who that person is. Next, narrow that audience down 3 times to make it more specific. Some creators feel that keeping their target audience pretty broad helps them reach as many people as possible, but this is rarely true. Most creators end up reaching no one at all because it's difficult to make a viewer feel, yes, this place is for me, if there's no exclusivity involved. Make your target fairly specific. At Video Creators, I started with video creators as the target audience and drilled down 3 levels. Level 1, video creators, as opposed to blog creators, music creators, podcast creators, or other types of content. Level 2, YouTube creators, as opposed to self-hosted, Vimeo, Vine, etc. %9 Level 3, hobby creators, as opposed to video marketers or full-time YouTubers. Then I chose to ask questions that narrowed the target even further. You don't necessarily have to do this, but I felt it was important for me in order to have as clearly of a defined target audience as possible. I asked questions like, what makes this hobby YouTube creator unique? What do they believe? Why do they do what they do on YouTube? What drives them? What do they value? Since I used to be a hobby creator myself, I still make videos, but now it's my full-time job. I actually answered those questions for myself, too. This final step actually included me in my own target audience, so that I'm not just trying to reach some abstract idea of a person out there, but instead I'm trying to reach someone who is just like me. I find that doing so makes it much easier for me to know who my target audience is. I understand them better, I personally feel their frustrations and needs, and I know how to relate to them because I am one of them. They're people I already know I enjoy connecting with online instead of people I just hope will like my videos. After much thought, I came to this statement: the target audience for the video creators channel are hobby YouTube creators who believe in changing lives. Later we'll talk more about how a belief statement can affect your community, but for now suffice it to say that I believe in multiplying myself into you through my channel and resources like this. I could, and have built my own channels that help change lives, but if I can train thousands of other creators to do the same, then I can exponentially increase my impact on the world and help others do the same by linking arms with people like you. There's two important realities of narrowing your audience this deeply. 1. You eliminate competition. In my case, there are plenty of other video marketing channels and experts out there. By narrowly defining my target audience, I potentially eliminate a lot of people, but instead I'm creating a channel where a smaller segment of people will discover video creators and think, yes, this place is for me. I'm carving out my own space in an otherwise crowded field. Percent 10-2. It doesn't actually eliminate as many people as you think it does. Even though I'm not intentionally targeting video marketers, I can guarantee you that many video marketers will buy this resource and subscribe to the video creators channel. Why? Because in most industries, not in every industry, there's usually a spillover effect. By narrowing your target audience, it's often still wider than you think. Just to be clear, I'm not avoiding full-time creators nor video marketers. This content is clearly valuable for them, too. I love serving anyone who's trying to change lives through online video. It's just that having a clearly defined and focused target audience helps me know exactly how to design my channel and craft its content. It will for you too. And by the way, welcome to this book, Video Marketers and Full-Time YouTubers. Tasks: describe the ideal person you are targeting. Actually write it down. This will force you to articulate your thoughts about that person. It will also help prevent your target audience from shifting from video to video. Who is this person? What kinds of things does he enjoy? How old is he? What problems and frustrations does she have? What does he despise? What's her education level? What is he looking for online? And most importantly, what does she value? What is important to this person? Some of these questions may not apply to your specific target audience, but the point is this: describe your target audience as specifically as possible. Think through every possible question that you can think of that relates to who that person is, why they are the way they are, why they do what they do, and what they value. Be sure to drill down at least 3 levels into your target audience, or even more if you deem it to be appropriate. Also consider who it is you actually enjoy connecting with, not just who you think will be the most likely to subscribe to your channel. If you attract an audience of people who are like-minded as you, chances are good that your community will be much stronger and you'll also enjoy it more than you otherwise would. Percent 11 resources. Each of these resources are written within the context of determining a target market for your business, but the principles apply just as easily to your YouTube channel as they do to a business. Think of your videos as your product, and subscribers as people who buy from you. 3 steps to start defining your target audience. Know your target audience. 10 questions to ask. 5 steps to define your target audience. How to define your target market. Percent 12 Day 2. Value proposition teaching. A value proposition is a statement that describes the value you propose to deliver to your target audience. As much as we'd love for viewers to subscribe and engage with us for no other reason than because they love us, that type of relationship is rarely why someone subscribes and engages in the beginning. I think we know that, but do we know what do they really subscribe for? I know this will come as a shocker, but most people ultimately just care about themselves. They watch videos that offer some sort of value to them. Not surprising, I know, because we do the same thing, don't we? There's not anything necessarily wrong with this, it helps us filter out a lot of noise that would otherwise clutter our lives, but it is important to realize that this is happening. Don't take it personally. Instead, just be able to articulate a clear value proposition for your channel to help them understand why they should care. When a viewer visits your channel, can they quickly determine what's valuable about your content? Why should someone in your target audience watch your videos or even subscribe to your channel? Why does your channel matter? Your YouTube channel must quickly answer those questions for the viewer in order to draw them into the content. In case it's helpful, the value proposition for video creators is this: master the platform. Spread your message. You've probably seen it many times by now. Why? Because I over-communicate it. Since every video I do is potentially a viewer's very first exposure to me, I want them to hear my channel's value proposition as early as possible. Even though it doesn't specifically address the target audience, in this case I think someone in the target audience will quickly get it. The messaging, channel name, and visuals imply who the target audience is. %13 To break down my value proposition a bit, the first half is the what. The second half is the why. And if I were to add a third part, it would be, change lives, which is the goal. Writing your value proposition is extremely critical to process you'll be going through for the next 29 days, so think deeply about this. Do not skim over this or put it on the back burner for later. Tasks: write a clear and succinct value proposition for your channel. What value do you propose to deliver to the viewer? Why does your content matter? Why should your target audience care about your videos? Be bold and answer that question with confidence in a brief statement, 140 characters or less. At first this can seem like an odd assignment for channels that focus on things like gaming, comedy sketches, and vlogging, but think about it. What makes your particular style of gameplay valuable to your target audience? Maybe your comedy aims to make people smile in the midst of personal struggles. Is that valuable? Of course it is. Or maybe there's a teenager out there who has no positive influences and she feels like she can watch your vlogs and get the positive input she needs. Is that valuable? Definitely. Those aren't the kinds of value propositions you just come out and write, but you could rephrase them to be something like this that includes both the what and the why. 1. Gameplay, the channel that turns video games into real-life tutorials. 2. Comedy sketches, bringing a smile to the face of every frown. 3. Vlogging, a friend for the friendless. I'm not sure I would actually use any of those, but you get the point. Every channel must propose some sort of value to the viewer. Know the what and the why of that value and be able to communicate it clearly and succinctly. %14 Once you've done so, be sure to write it down next to yesterday's exercise that defines your target audience. Is this value proposition something that's attractive and enticing to your target audience? If not, you need to change either the value you're proposing to fit your audience or you need to change your target audience to be someone who does value it. The target audience and value proposition should align together perfectly. You'll probably continue to tweak this value proposition for a while, so give yourself the freedom to make it a pretty fluid statement for now. Still write it, though. You'll need it for the rest of this book. Most importantly, evaluate your value proposition against your channel's videos. Do most of them align with it fairly closely? Do some videos fit it pretty well while others don't fit at all? If so, that may explain why some viewers don't easily subscribe to your channel. Especially if you haven't pitched any value to them, then they have to figure it out for themselves. That can take time and energy they might not be willing to invest. So, from now on, all your videos should fit under your value proposition. It's the banner that all your videos point to. It's the umbrella that overshadows all your content. I cannot stress enough how important this is. Your video content strategy from now on is to attempt to deliver to your subscribers the value you're proposing. We're about to burn it into the rest of your channel's design and branding, so take as much time as you need to figure out how your videos from now on can deliver this value. Resources, just like yesterday's resources, these are written from a business perspective, but again, think of your videos as your product, and subscribers as people who buy from you. That's essentially what's happening here. How you pitch your channel to a viewer is similar to how you pitch a product or service to a potential customer. I love the question I posted to several popular YouTubers: how does a creator go about determining what value they have to offer to the world? %15 I explain a bit more in this video how to use your value proposition to hook viewers to watch your videos. How to develop a compelling value proposition. 7 proven templates for writing value propositions that work. The first few sentences you need to dominate your market. %16 Day 3, Channel Header Image Teaching. The first impression any new viewer will have of your channel is from the header image. It's easily skiable and will subconsciously communicate a lot about you and your channel in one glance. Since it's at the top of the page and is the first thing everyone looks at, it must be the first tool used to draw the viewer into your channel. That means using the image to intentionally and clearly tell viewers what your channel is all about and, most importantly, tease the value proposition. Showing off your cool artwork and design skills is fine and all, but if it doesn't reinforce the message of your channel, who it's for, and why it's valuable, then it may actually work against you. Conversely, if you don't have any image editing tools nor skills, a poorly designed header image may actually work against you, too, even if it contains all the proper messaging. Remember this: good design equals perceived credibility. You don't have to necessarily pay a designer to do it, but if you're going to invest a little money into your channel, this is where I'd spend it first, even before that camera upgrade. Give the designer some direction, including the channel's value proposition and any branding that should be included. Tasks: evaluate your current channel header image. What does it communicate to a first-time viewer of your channel both by its design and messaging? %17 Draft a few ideas for how it could more clearly communicate what your channel is all about, what value it proposes to offer to the viewer, and how it will address its target audience. Resources: this page from YouTube includes all the information you'll need to create your channel header image, including dimension sizes, how it scales across devices, a downloadable Photoshop template, and more. I discuss the header image a bit in this video on the Real SEO channel. If you need a designer, consider Matt Hoffman. He's actually the guy who designed the video creator's logo for me. And, in terms of full disclosure, he's also a personal friend of mine. If you'd like help with designing a header image and any other branding assets for your channel, check him out at fieldhousecollective.com. %18 Day 4, Channel Trailer Teaching. A channel's second impression is the channel trailer. A viewer's eye has already skimmed the channel's header image, is hopefully intrigued, and has an idea of what the channel is about and why it matters. Their eye then drops to the next asset on the page, the channel trailer. It's important that this video is geared for viewers in your target audience who have never heard of you before or who maybe have only seen of 1 or 2 of your other videos. Think, what does this person need to see and hear about my value proposition in order to be enticed to subscribe to my channel? The channel trailer should be around 30 seconds long, 1 minute max. Here's an outline to follow. First, address the target audience. Help them feel, yes, this person is talking to me. Then pitch the value proposition, including what the channel is about and why it matters. Mention your posting schedule so viewers know how many videos they'll be getting and when to check back for new content. Finally, end with a strong call to action to subscribe. %19 Write a solid script and plan to use plenty of B-roll, clips from past videos, and any visuals that will reinforce your channel's value for the target audience. It's also important to think about the title and description text of that video. Both will appear to the right of the video when it's displayed on your channel. They should be written to reinforce the pitch you're making to non-subscribed viewers. Craft the title to tease the overall value of your channel for your target audience, and in the description text include the same 4 elements listed above for the channel trailer. Tasks: if you haven't already created a channel trailer, write out a script, plan your shots, organize a few B-roll clips from past videos, and get it published. If you already have a channel trailer, go back and watch it from the perspective of a first-time viewer in your target audience. Better yet, find someone in your target audience who's never been exposed to your videos before. Show them your channel trailer and get their feedback on it based on the 4 talking points above. Also, evaluate the video's title and description text. Anything to tweak and update based on what you've read here? If you have monetization enabled for your channel trailer, disable it. You're not trying to make money from this video, you're trying to convert viewers into subscribers. If a potential subscriber watches your trailer to learn more about you, don't make them sit through an ad first. Resources: YouTube's creator blog gives a few tips for your channel trailer. YouTube's help section gives an overview of the welcome module and how it works. I talk more about channel trailers in this video and give 6 best practices on how to optimize them. %20 Day 5 Channel Sections Teaching: the third impression a channel gives to a new viewer is the video sections beneath the trailer. After pitching what the channel is about, who it's for, and why it's valuable in the header image and trailer, this is the channel's opportunity to give the viewer a few solid examples of that. The viewer is thinking, okay, I get it. Now show me. Put your best foot forward. Often channels will showcase the default sections, including popular videos, recent videos, and a couple random playlists. However, your most recent video may not be your best, and even though you have a couple popular videos, they may actually perform very poorly in converting new viewers into subscribers. Instead, consider creating a custom playlist and title it something like, New to Video Creators? Start here. Hand-pick the videos that are displayed in that playlist and the order in which they are displayed. Include in this welcome playlist a mix of 2 different types of videos that you personally feel do the best job at representing your channel well. The overall tone, quality, value, and feel of these videos is what you strive to achieve in every video you create. Videos that have proven to convert non-subscribed viewers into subscribers. You can determine this from your YouTube analytics with some simple math. Divide the number of subscribers a video has earned over its lifetime by the number of total views the video has earned. Multiply that number by 100 and you'll get a percentage of how many people subscribe after watching it. Most likely your best performing videos will not be your most popular videos, so you may have to dig a little to find your best videos. For example, a video with 20,000 views that's earned 300 subscribers converts 1.5% of viewers into subscribers. However, a video with 5,000 views and 150 new subscribers converts 3%, twice as many as the video that has 4x the views. %21 Now, I'm not saying not to use some of the default sections because, for some, it might be perfectly suited for your content. For example, if you're a daily vlogger or publish time-sensitive content, displaying your most recent videos is appropriate. And if you have a prank channel, displaying your most popular videos may be a part of your strategy. The point here is to think strategically about what sections you're displaying and to use them in a way that draws a viewer into your channel to subscribe. Instead of displaying a wall of thumbnails for the viewer to sift through, put your best foot forward with a few strategic sections. Showing around 5 to 7 sections is probably best. Tasks: evaluate the sections that are displayed on your YouTube channel. Are you using each one to strategically pitch yourself to a non-subscribed viewer? Consider creating a New Here playlist that's displayed directly below the channel trailer. Remember, you can also create sections from your video tags, too. Since my how-to videos often have the highest audience retention and watch time, I created a section on my channel of every video that's tagged with how-to. It's part of how I put my best foot forward. How can you curate your videos to make the best first impression possible on your new viewers? %22 Resources: this page from YouTube's Help section walks you through all the steps for setting up sections on your channel, including playlists and tags. There's more information here on YouTube's site, as well. If you want a video on how to manage your channel sections, YouTube's Help also provides this video. %23 Day 6 Channel Title Teaching: the channel title is one of the channel's branding elements that most creators quickly overlook. It often defaults to the creator's name or the brand's name. That makes sense and in many cases is exactly the correct title to use. However, let's not quickly jump to that assumption for every channel. The channel's title shows up in many places across YouTube, including the related channels featured across the site, video comments, search results, featured channels lists, and many other places. It's to your benefit to craft a title that's both descriptive and enticing. In my case, I chose to use a title and branding called Video Creators instead of my name, Tim Schmoyer, because my name doesn't mean anything to most people. They could stumble across Tim Schmoyer on YouTube and quickly move along without a second thought because it doesn't trigger any interest on its own. However, Video Creators describes my target audience. If someone who is in my target audience sees it, they're more likely to be enticed to check out the channel or to consider a video they're watching to be more credible. This isn't the right strategy for everyone. It's completely appropriate for many creators to brand their channel by their own name or their company name and build a reputation around that. It really depends on your goals and how you want to position yourself on YouTube. That said, you could consider combining the two strategies a bit, as well. For example, I could have titled my channel, Tim Schmoyer, YouTube Certified Trainer, or Video Creator Tips from Tim Schmoyer. The main reason I opted not to go this route is because these options felt too long. I wanted something short, catchy, and memorable. Yet, it's still worth considering. Don't just pick a channel name without much thought. It shows up in too many places around YouTube and may be part of what entices people to click through to your channel. %24 tasks, brainstorm some title ideas for your channel. Write a list of them and consider the pros and cons of each one. It may very well be that the title you've already established is the one you should use, if for no other reason than because, despite being less than ideal, you've already established a brand around it. But don't just blindly accept the title you have. At least consider alternate titles. You may be surprised what you come up with. Another consideration to make with your title is your YouTube channel's URL. Since it can't be changed, you may want a title that also works with your channel's web address. However, if it's something weird and funky, like youtube.com/catlicker69, then I wouldn't worry about it. Give your channel any name you'd like. Resources: to change your YouTube channel name, simply change your Google+ profile or page name and the update will be reflected on your YouTube channel. Go to your Google+ profile or page, click on your name, and type in the new name you want to use. Here's a few details about viewing and editing your Google+ profile. And this will help you get started with your Google+ page. %25 Day 7, Channel Icon Teaching. The channel icon is the image that represents your channel across all of YouTube. On your actual channel page, it's featured in the upper left corner. Whatever image you use with the Google+ page or profile that's connected to your YouTube channel is the image that will be used for your channel. This little guy is actually much more significant than you might think because it shows up in more places around YouTube than any other branding asset on your channel. It's displayed beneath every video, with comments, with other related channels, in search results, and more. Consider the following chart that lists each branding asset and where it appears on YouTube. Source. Because it appears in so many places, this may be the most important branding asset on your channel. So look at your channel icon and think about what it communicates to channel icon: thumbnails, channel description, channel art, featured video, search results, XX watch page, XX mobile devices, XXXX subscriptions, XX browse page, XXXXX YouTube guide, X your channel, XXXXX. %26 a first-time viewer, or even just to someone who sees your comment on someone else's video or is a related channel on YouTube. For channels that primarily feature a main character or two, using a face may be very appropriate. In fact, pictures of faces can sometimes attract more attention because they feel personable. We always connect more naturally with a person than we do with a logo, so consider using that to your advantage. Plus, as much as we hate to admit it, we all jump to a lot of conclusions about someone based on the way they look. But what if your channel doesn't feature a person? What if it's just fast cars, goofy puppets, or cute animals? Should you just use a logo of some kind or what? Yeah, sure, you could use a logo. Some sort of graphic or image that reflects your content is fine, but think of ways to make it unique. For example, if your channel is about cats, resist the urge to use a simple photo of your cat and call it good. That's a guaranteed way to make your channel blend in with the other cat channel icons on YouTube. What about the cat in your image is intriguing? What does it communicate about the cats on your channel? What is enticing about the image that teases the bigger story of your channel's value proposition? Whatever image you use, remember that this is a very small icon in most places around YouTube. It gets as small as 32 by 32 pixels when it appears next to a comment you replied to, so make it something that's clearly distinguishable even at a very small size. That means zoom in close on your face if you're using a picture of yourself, and don't use any tiny fonts that will look like mush when it's small. I know we're not at the tasks section yet, but look at the 2 channel icons below and write down a list of things you naturally assume about their channels without knowing anything else about them other than what you see in these images. What kind of music do they listen to? What kind of car do they drive? What are their friends like? What do they do for fun? What kind of career are they pursuing? What makes them upset? What's their personality like? Etc., etc., etc. Write it all down.